It is going on 9 o'clock. It is a Tuesday evening. I'm sitting in my main study. I have a book haul. I have all these books on my desk in my main study, and I want to take them downstairs to our main library. I don't like them up here. It's getting kind of cluttery. Today I just got a lot of books. Well, first of all, this afternoon about 3:15, a volunteer at the library book Nook, the Hendrick District Public Library used bookstore, called me and said if I could cover for them from 4 to 8 today. So I said sure. So I went to the book Nook and I volunteered for 4 hours. And while I was at the book Nook, I read Psychogeography by Merlin Coverley, and I kept reading Ghost Milk: Recent Adventures Among the Future Ruins of London on the Eve of the Olympics by Ian Sinclair. I read those at the book Nook, and I got these books at the book Nook today. Well, this afternoon, this evening. I got these used books: The Hemlock Cup, Socrates, Athens, and the Search for the Good Life by Bettany Hughes. This is it's a biography on Socrates in ancient Greece. Looks pretty interesting. I got it for $2. And I picked up Carlos Fuentes Inez, a novel. I collect his writings. I didn't have this one in our collection. Nice hardback, nice cover. Cost me $2. And I picked up a novel by Jonathan Lethem, Chronic City. Doesn't have a cover on it, but I didn't have this in my collection, so I got this. It's a novel. And I got this poetry by Pablo Neruda, The New Decade, Poems 1958 to 1967. I already have a volume of his poetry down in the library, but I didn't have this one, so I got that. This is translated by Ben Binlet. I think he was, I'm not sure if he was Chilean. Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember. It says these 5 of the 6 volumes in which selections are included were published on the occasion of the poet's 60th birthday. I don't know. Yeah, he's a Chilean poet, so got that. And today I got in the mail some books I mentioned. I got this biography on the poet Edward Dorn, A World of Difference by Tom Clark. I mentioned Edward Dorn in one of my previous videos. It's a biography by Tom Clark. So I look forward to reading that. And I got Avalon, The Origins of the English Imagination by Peter Ackroyd. Avalon, The Origins of the English Imagination. I got that in the mail today. And I got Peter Ackroyd's biography on William Blake in the mail today. It's nice illustrations. You can see William Blake's engravings are really famous. See, those are really famous. So I got that in the mail, and then I went to thrift stores. This morning I found this, Big Chief Elizabeth, The Adventures and Fate of the First English Colonists in America by Giles Milton. I'm a student of American history, American colonialism, the Great Awakening, Jonathan Edwards, George Whitefield, the Second Great Awakening, revivals throughout the 19th and 20th century. So I got, but this looks really interesting. So I got that from my American history collection. And I had an old beat-up hardback small little edition of Middlemarch by George Eliot, and I found a nice paperback edition for, I think it was 90 cents. I like the cover. This is one of my favorite novels. I think it's a work of art, Middlemarch, George Eliot. It's an incredible book. I loved it. And I don't say that lightly. If I say I love something, that's really rare. But Middlemarch is a work of art. And I got a memoir, The American Life, One Man's Road to Watergate by Jed Stuart Magruder. He is one of the people involved in the Watergate under President Nixon. Last year I read a lot on the Watergate. It's part of my youth, Watergate scandal. Part of American history. I picked up this book, Gods and Heroes, Myths and Epics of Ancient Greece by Gustav Shabev. I don't have any this kind of stuff in my library that I can remember right now. I like to get the other ones in this series. There's a whole series. This is Gods and Heroes, Myths and Epics of Greece. They got the complete Grimm's fairy tales, Russian fairy tales, Chinese fairy tales, and fantasies, and Norse myths. I like to find those just to have them as reference. And I picked up this memoir, Son of a Gun, by Justin St. Germain. I collect memoirs. This one looked really interesting, so I got that. I got this novel by Sebastian Fox, A Fool's Alphabet. It says here, The Fool's Alphabet is a literary tour de force, an evocative A to Z exploration of one man's odyssey through the late 20th century. Pietro Russell, the son of an Italian mother and a British soldier father, lives the nomadic life of a photographer. In a series of vivid snapshots, each corresponding to a letter of the alphabet, Sebastian Fox brings Pietro's extraordinary experience to life. As he travels from Asino to Zankia, we glimpse the intimate contours of Pietro's journey. D for Dorking, the boarding school where he receives his eclectic education. L for Landonville, and Vermont country home where he discovers that to make love to an American girl was to occupy some of that endless country for himself. O for Oxford, the site of his amusing sessions with a probing psychiatrist. W for Watsonville, a small town outside San Francisco, where Pietro is forced to come to terms with his adored mother's death as well as the loss of his first love. Look, this sounds really interesting. I have 3 or 4 other novels by Sebastian Fox in our library. And I picked up this Einstein in Love, a Scientific Romance by Dennis Overby. It says here, it just looks really interesting. It's a Penguin edition. It was a notable New York notable book. I collect any notable New York notable Times book. I just buy it. It was only 60 cents. And I picked up this crime series by Frank Tallis, Mortal Mischief. I have another of his in our library, The Vienna Secrets by Frank Tallis. This is a series in the Max Lieberman mystery series. So I got this one, and I had this one in our library. So that's what I got today at thrift stores. Now I can put them down in the basement in the lower level library, and I can start over. And I did read this morning The Dark Knight and St. John of the Cross. And I did read Open Mind and Open Heart, the contemplative dimension of the gospel. So that's what I read today. And as far as my diary, I close tonight on page 446. Tomorrow is May the 25th, 2016. Tonight it's 80 degrees. It's supposed to rain tomorrow here in West Michigan. So that's books. That's where I'm at in my diary. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I'm kind of like, I might just go listen to some death metal, some brutal death metal. So I don't know. So until next time, bye.